I like to help people create digital products that helps a person solve one problem. So you give them one solution that they can solve in 1 hour. If you say, hey, I need more views for my YouTube podcast. I need more views. How do I get more views? Say, okay, cool. I just need to solve your view problem. I don't need to solve your whole how to start a podcast, set it up, the lighting. I just need to solve your problem of views. So if we can come down to like just a very simplistic way, we could solve one person's problem, give them one solution that they could do in 1 hour, you'll make so much money.
Hey business owners, what if I helped you get access to $50,000 in business funding for $1 a day? Would you be interested? Well, inside of my Credit Mastery community, you're going to be getting exclusive access to our in-depth training program that's worth tens of thousands of dollars to give you the exact strategies you need on how to restore your credit and on how to properly structure your business. You're also going to be getting access to a financial consultant with over a decade of experience in the funding space that'll help you reach your financial goals in half the time it would take if you were to do it on your own. And we're going to be giving you 2 coaching calls every week that'll give you the exact banks you need to go to get access to $50,000 to $100,000 in business funding. This is the same community that helped Pat get access to $50,000 in funding from Chase, helped Alvin get access to $8,000 in funding from Amex, helped Matt boost his personal credit score by 150 points, and helped Donna delete a bankruptcy from her credit report. So if you're interested, click the link above or below this video to join now, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's go, family.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Marvin Francois Show, your #1 source for all things business, finance, and investing. And today, is a very special day because our guest today is a father, husband, investor, entrepreneur, mentor, coach, and digital marketing expert extraordinaire. To date, our guest has done well over 7 figures in the digital marketing space and has leveraged his expertise to teach others all around the world on how they can do the same. Whether he's hosting virtual masterclasses on how to turn a low-ticket product into a multi-6-figure business or teaching automation strategies on how you can leverage AI to make money in your sleep, the value that this man provides to anyone looking to win as an online business owner is proof why his success in the space is not coincidence, it's confirmation. And today, he's here to do more of the same. Ladies and gentlemen, from brick and mortar to click and order, from the Lash Studio in Philly to running up a $27 product up for $1 million, I'm here with the one, the only, my guy, Maurice Bowman, better known as Runway Billionaire. What's going on, family? How are you?
Let's go.
How are you, family?
Super excited to be here, bro. Super excited.
Listen.
I got correct you though.
Okay.
8 figures.
Okay, well, my bad. Let's get it right. 8-figure. The big 8-figure entrepreneur.
Yeah, infinity.
Listen, congratulations to you, family, and extremely excited for you to be here.
Appreciate it.
Long time coming.
Long time coming.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's funny because every other sit down I've seen you do, the first thing people say at the top of the interview is digital marketing expert, digital marketing genius, marketing expert extraordinaire. So I'm like, I got to sit down with this brother myself. I got to see to believe it, right? And we got to talk about it and give the game to the individuals. So very happy to have you here. I know my audience is as well.
Very glad to be here.
For sure. I did a decent, okay job introducing you.
No, amazing.
Amazing. But the fact of the matter is nobody knows Runway Billionaire better than Runway himself. So for those who aren't familiar, let's get them familiar. Who exactly is Runway Billionaire?
Man, so I'm just like everybody else. That's what I always say, man. I started out very humble beginnings. Grew up in Philadelphia. Mom was on drugs. Dad wasn't there. We lived in a shelter. And you know, I just saw something different. You know what I mean? Coming up, saw something different, and you know, I got exposed to some things. Like my grandma, she had very entrepreneurial bones. She was a bartender for like 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So all of my childhood, I would see her come home like 2 a.m. But she had this very interesting thing, and it played a major part in my life. She would take her change and she would put it in a jar.
Okay.
You know, little water bottles.
Yeah.
So that was like the first time that I ever saw somebody like fill it up. And she saved up like 15 grand. So she'll take that money and she'll take us down to Atlantic City and all those things. And those things exposed me and got me like out of the hood. Those things exposed me. Like we go down to Atlantic City and everybody knew our name.
Right.
And we was just, 6, 7, 8 at the time.
Right.
So, being that, like, I would always get taken to car shows, so I would have an infatuation with cars and all that. I say that to say, like, that really got me enthused to being exposed to other things than just what a typical 6 or 7 year old would be.
Right.
9 times out of 10, you'll be in the house, you'll be outside, catch a girl,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm getting exposed to these different things. So as I got older, just the average thing that people would see, like, yo, rap, play ball, things like that, didn't really have the interest, to me. I took on more so an artistic perspective where that, straight out of high school, I was doing tattoos, and that led to me being the youngest black-owned tattoo shop owner, in the world at the time. So I did that, broke barriers, and pretty much got as big as I could possibly, get at that point.
Right.
I had like a realization, like a come to Jesus moment. You
Okay.
feel what I'm saying? Because once you get good at something for so long, you tend to feel like, all right, I'm not growing. I'm not going anymore.
Right.
Like, I'm not going higher. I felt like I got as big as I possibly could in the tattoo industry.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was like, man, I gotta start doing some other things, making some investments, like getting some time back with the kids, with the family, like those type of things. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna start investing in businesses.
Okay.
So in 1 year, we opened up 5 brick and mortar businesses. That's how we got from the brick and mortar to the click and order. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that.
100%.
But I just took all my earnings that from the tattoo shop, and I started to open up Lash Studio, hair, nail salon, barber shops, event space. We opened up all those things in 1 year on one block, and then COVID happened. You know what I mean? And that was a blessing, bro, because it gave me the opportunity to not only know that I could take my money and invest, but then also it gave me the opportunity to sit down, focus, and lock in. And that's really what it was, man. And how I got to this point was everything that I did was all marketing. I had no fear of opening those businesses because I knew marketing. I had no fear of, really going to the next level and investing my money because I knew marketing.
Right.
So when I sat back and I had that time, I was like, yo, it's marketing. Like that was the lifeline to the business. And that's a lot of things that business owners, they wait until the last minute to go hire somebody or go get help for marketing. They wait until something is wrong. Like marketing before sales. You get what I'm saying? Like most people are, attempting to figure out how to make money. And it's like, yo, you need to figure out the marketing. Because if you can market, it's no way that you can't make money. So that's where we was at, man. And once I figured out, like, I really got locked in on the marketing, it allowed me to go work with Coca-Cola, Philadelphia Eagles, T-Mobile, CNN. You know what I mean? Little black boy from the ghetto, baby. You know what I mean? We outside.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I mean, once again, that is just a testament to a lot of the success you've been able to have now. You talked about the brands you've worked with, the impact you've been able to have. We'll talk about that as well, because it's not just what you've been able to do,
for sure,
the lives you've been able to transform as well. And we have to talk about that. But like you said, it's very important that the audience understands you didn't just stumble into this. Like, you've been in business for a really, really long time. And before the marketing, you had a very interesting background in the tattoo space.
Yeah.
I want to unpack that story a little bit more, right? So let's go back a bit to give the audience some context. Let's go to March 16th, 2008. You just made your first $380 as an entrepreneur, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Paint that picture exactly of what that time in your life looked like.
I'm in high school. I got a work schedule. And we cut school. Well, I didn't cut school because I had a work schedule. But me and some friends, we left school early. We go to this dude's house and he's doing tattoos. And I'm already got this artistic background. So like, say like Brooklyn, like how it's written on a page. My regular handwriting is like that. So I wrote something up on a couple people, and the dude is tattooing, and he like, yo, you should do tattoos. I'm looking like, I ain't really messing with no blood or nothing like that. Like, I'm cool. You feel me?
Right.
So we exchange numbers. I leave. I call him a couple of hours later because now it's on my mind. I'm a person, like, once it's on my mind, like, I got to go all the way through with it.
Right.
So I call him. I'm like, yo, I was there a couple of hours ago. You know what I mean? Runway. And he like, who? He act like he ain't know who I was. I'm like, yo, this is great. Like, so I took it like LeBron James told me I should play basketball. You get what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Like the person that's doing it telling me that, yo, you should do this. So my mind just got like, it got stuck on it, bro. And then I was like, yo, I stayed up for about 2 days trying to figure out this tattoo process. And it was very limited and very limited information on the internet at that time. Like YouTube was new. You know what I mean? Probably was like a year or two old. So it wasn't that much searchability on the platform. So it was very, very little on how to do this craft. So bro, I figured it out. I did one tattoo and it was like game over. It was like game over. My friend at the time went to school with that tattoo on his arm, and then the whole school wanted to get tattooed by me. So we cut school again. Well, they left. And I remember like we left at like 11. I remember by 3 o'clock, because I did have a little job at that time. It was like part-time. I was working in dietary. Right. And I remember doing a couple tattoos. I was charging about $30, $40 at the time. And I remember going to the bathroom. I was like, let me see how much money I got before I go to this gig. Yeah. I had $380, bro. I did not go to that job that day. And that was the last day that I ever went to work, because I was like, yo, I made up in my mind like, yo, like, no, this is going to be the thing that's going to take me and my family out the hood. It's going to be this. And from that day forward, bro, March 16, 2008, I just never looked back. I was like, yo, if I could duplicate this every day, it's game over. Because that's 100,000. That's if I could just do this every day, that's 100,000. And I hadn't even reached my max potential as far as like art, price, none of that. I'm like, yo, if I could just do this every day. Right. And that's exactly what I dedicated my, 15 years to, is just doing that every day.
You have that first moment of proof of concept. Like, okay, this works. Yeah. Right? I'm making way more doing this than I am working this regular job. I'm going all in on this.
Bro, that was 2 weeks paycheck that I had.
There you go.
Like I made that in a couple hours. I don't think nobody on God's green earth would be able to go back to their job the same. Yeah. Like it wouldn't. My mom was like, no, like you're going to, I was like, I am not. Like get ready to have people in this house. Right. Because it's going down.
It's going down.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned your mom, because you started the business. You were still at home with family.
Yeah.
Right? People running in and out the house, running up a bag, doing tattoos. From what I understand, it got to a point where your mom was like, hey, you can't keep doing this here.
Yeah.
You then go and get your own spot.
Right up the street.
To keep the tattoo business going. But then you have some issues and some run-ins with the law at that point in time that then forces you back against the wall again to find another spot. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that was crazy, because like I took it so serious that like I had people filling out waivers and everything like that. You get what I'm saying? So the craziest thing, when L&I came and shut me down, the same lady who shut me down was the same lady who gave me the green light to open up my shop. So that was one crazy part.
Okay.
And the second thing was the cops that came with her. I had tattooed them.
That's so funny. Dog.
So it was like everybody already knew,
right?
Because we talk about impact. So I had already impacted those people's lives. I just wasn't. I was doing something that's supposed to be done in a commercial building and a residential building. And that was really the only problem. And she was like, yo, like if you go ahead and just get it right, like I'll gladly open the door for you. You just can't do it here. And everything was sterile. We had waivers for everything. So I was running a legitimate business just without the storefront. So they shut it down. I took some time. I worked out of my sister's house. Like she let me, do a thing for a couple months. The craziest thing about this story is it's so defined, because it's like when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Yeah. And when preparation meets opportunity, like it's going to happen, not when you want it to happen, but when it's supposed to happen. Yeah. So those 3 months that I was shut down, that I was working at my sister's house right down the street from the apartment, a guy was opening a tattoo shop. And he reached out to me and said, yo, I want to have you work there. So now I'm going from, owning my own thing to working at somebody's shop, but I treated it like it was mine. I'm like, yo, this is my opportunity. Right. You get what I'm saying? To come in and really I'm not going to say go with somebody else's rules, because a lot of the the tattoo industry is cutthroat.
Mm-hmm.
So they got a lot of rules, a lot of guidelines of how they even just treat the artist or how you come in. You can't even just make money from day one. You gotta be an apprentice for a long time, sweeping floor, mop floors. Nothing wrong with that, but you're not able to exercise art for a long time.
Right.
So I'm coming in and we doing our thing, paperwork. I'm like, yo, I got this opportunity to make the best of it.
Yep.
Bro, 9 months later, they come shut the joint down.
Crazy.
Come shut the joint down. So now I'm like, yo, what the hell do I do?
Mm-hmm.
So crazy story. Shut down. The owner, he owns about 4 or 5 buildings on that block.
Mm-hmm.
His son was the one that was running the shop. The guy who owns the building saw me in there every day, day and night, handling their responsibilities. He calls me and say, do you want the building?
Preparation being opportunity.
This is his own son though. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, yo, I got to get my son up out of here.
Right.
Do you want the building? I'm like, yo, this can't be happening right now. Now, the only thing at the time is I did not have a license. I was in the process of getting my license, but I did not have it. So now, preparation meet opportunity. I got the opportunity, but I'm not prepared license-wise. It's just out of my control. So funny story, the guy had some artists come to like interview to be the head artist of the shop. You got to have somebody there that has a license and then everybody else is licensed under them. Bro, me and my brother, we called 101 tattoo shops, all in PA. Everybody told us no. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, dang. The guy's calling me like, yo, do you want the building? I got somebody else that wanted this, is that, and the third, and this license thing is holding me up. So one of the guys came in. I just so happened to take his number down, and I forget because I had my assistant at the time take his number. I call him, and I said, hey, bro, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. I got an opportunity to do this, that, and the third. He said, let's meet. So we met. He said, all right, I'm going to do this. Like, he gave me the opportunity to like operate under his license. And I'm forever grateful for that because I don't know where I would be, you know what I'm saying, like without that. And I like we still got a relationship to this day. I tell you, I'm super thankful, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he gave me an opportunity, he saw the vision and, that's what that opportunity turned into. So that really gave me the opportunity to really exercise like my dream and, you know what I mean, my craft.
Okay. From mom's house to your spot, L&I shuts it down.
Yeah.
From your spot to commercial location, gets shut down again. Phone calling hundreds of tattoo artists like, yo, what's going on? What's going on?
Seeing if they were a partner.
Nothing.
Finally
find out one person's like, all right, I got you.
Yep.
We're back in business.
Yeah.
You now are working in this tattoo shop. So how do we go from tattoo business owner to now having 4 or 5? Because you had, like you said, nail salon, event space,
hair, nail salon,
lash studio,
barbershop.
How do we go from tattoo artist to now serial brick and mortar entrepreneur? Where did that happen?
So within like a couple year period, in business, you start to see a trend. You know your high season, your low season.
Yeah.
You start to see the ebbs and flows. So I'm starting to travel more now because, like, I got this accolade. Yo, you the youngest black tattoo shop owner in the world. I own it with my brother. You know what I mean? Like, I got the city on lock. Like, everybody's coming to us. Like, it's just, we the known brand when it comes to this. Like, all that consistency, all that hard work, beating all of those, hurdles.
Yeah.
Like, you coming to see me.
Yeah.
So what happened was I started to travel and I started to see what 20, 30 years in the game look like. I'm like, yo, dude, 20, 30 years in the game, like, don't nobody respect me? 20, 30 years in the game, like, he not up? And I'm like, now I'm low-key getting paranoid because I'm future pacing and, not to judge nobody, what they got going on. They could have, had a downfall, whatever, you know what I mean, couldn't get back up. So I'm not judging nobody on that. But when I'm looking at the industry now, I'm looking at the industry of what do the other people look like 10, 20 years in the game?
Yeah.
And I already spent 10.
Right.
So now I'm looking like, yo, this is what 20, 30 years look like? And I'm looking at net worth, I'm looking at lifestyle, I'm looking at all those things. And I'm like, no. So I get back to my shop from a tattoo conference. And I'm tattooing. I'm making like 20, 30 grand a month. So I'm cool, but like how long could I do that?
Yeah.
And I had this epiphany. I was like, yo, I'm gonna die behind this chair. And I was like, yo, if I don't figure out how to get from behind this chair, like, you know what I mean? You know, I'm one accident, one sickness away from not being able to, you know what I mean, provide. I gotta figure something out.
Right.
So I was like, yo, let me go to the next best thing. Again, preparation meet opportunity. Opportunity meet preparation, however you want to say it. Next door, a space becomes available to my tattoo shop. It was already a salon.
Yeah.
70% of our clientele was females. Makes sense. Last studio, makes sense. Barbershop, makes sense. Like it all go hand in hand with what I got going on. We already got an email list. You get what I'm saying? So like all of those things, I was like, yo, I just gotta find talent. It's easier to find talent for a female that do hair than it is for somebody to put ink on somebody's body.
Yeah.
Easier to find a barber who need a space to work than it is to find an artist who can tat who's really good.
Right.
So I'm looking at it like, yo, I'm actually lowering my risk by opening these business for, you know what I mean, for the long haul. If one person leave, I have a higher chance of getting another hairstylist in there because couple thousand graduate every year from school. You know what I mean? Like we could figure it out. So that was my mindset, man. How could I open up more businesses where I'm not the talent? I could exercise other people's talent and I don't have to be there. And I got addicted to that. You know what I mean? I looked at a lot of things. I looked at real estate, you know what I mean? I looked at a lot of things, but I feel like don't nothing bring you a bigger return than business. Nothing would, like, you could have real estate, and you're going to get rental income, you know what I mean? Depending on what the deal look like, you're going to get 500, 600, 1,000, 1,500.
Right.
But I never seen nobody be able to have a portfolio that like, I made $8,000 a day. Or I made $20,000 a day. Or we did 10 grand a day. Now you might have on the first of the month, you know what I'm saying? When the deposits hit, but, or a refi, but don't nothing pay like business, bro. Don't nothing cash flow like a business. So I was like, yo, I need businesses that cash flow. And they did. And they did.
There you go. We have the multiple brick and mortars now. So how many businesses running at the same time?
5.
So we got a tattoo shop.
Hair and nail salon.
Hair and nail salon, that's 1.
Yep, Lash Studio. Barbershop. Event space.
Who and from what I understand, I think you had like close friends and family that were running this.
Yep.
That's where it gets interesting for me because, and you can speak from firsthand experience, when you bring in friends and family, I feel like there's so much, it can get hairy, right? Just because, I mean, once again, I've been there, you've been there as well, and that like egos can get involved, envy can get involved, jealousy can get involved because on one hand, you may have people that's like, man, this is a great opportunity. Thank you so much, Runway.
Yeah.
The other hand, it could be like, man, you look like me. We come from the same neighborhood. What I look like working for you?
Yeah.
This should be mine.
Yeah.
Right?
Talk about it.
Did you do with any of that when you was, because I can only imagine, that's not in one location. That's 5 different locations. Did you do with any of that?
Absolutely, man. Jealousy, envy, all of that. And it's I think it feels weird when it comes from the same people that you're trying to help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you do so much. Like, I do so much working on my personal development, who I am as a person, who I am as a leader. So, you ask yourself like, dang, could I have led better? You know what I mean? Could I have coached better? And when I go back and I look at it, I'm like, yo, all of the opportunities that I had for myself, I gave. So, if y'all don't want to accept or y'all don't want to put in the work and y'all just want to look at me like I'm the problem, you know what I mean? You got to always look in the mirror when you know what I'm saying, point one finger, you got, 3 pointing back at you. But yeah, man, I experienced it. And, you know what I mean? Some of those relationships, like we don't even talk. You know what I mean? Can't even call my phone. So it's definitely one of those things where, you know what I mean? It's they coming to see me, Otis. They ain't coming to see you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It get like it, you know what I mean? It get like that. I think it's very rare that you could operate. You know what I mean? You could operate in business with friends and family, and it is very rare that it could be a success where you have somebody who genuinely wants to see you win, who don't want to steal your spotlight. They just want to play their role.
Yep.
And yeah, man, like I experienced it and it's tough. It's tough. You know what I mean? Like if you have that, for anybody out there, if y'all got that out there, like cherish that.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But also like don't tolerate it. Like just because, you know, that's your brother, that's your mom or whatever, like
Right.
don't make no excuse for it either. Cause I also like I did both, bro. Just being completely honest. Like I made excuse. Oh no, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe they not hating. Maybe they not jealous. You know what I mean? Maybe they just upset. But when I look, I'm like, yo, like I gave them the information. When I was sitting down, bro, and I was learning about credit, or I was taking my $10,000 Discover credit card, and I was investing in these businesses. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nobody care that I was taking my own money, risking my own money to provide an opportunity to not just feed them, but feed my family too. So when a person is stealing money from me, you get what I'm saying? Or a person like, yeah, no, I got you. And then I'm going and I'm spending like, oh, no, I ain't got it. Like nobody's thinking about me at the end of the day. They only thinking about the benefit of them. Like I literally legit had, bro, people that I was attempting to put on like, yo, look, hey, look, this what I'm doing. Like I'm not tattooing every day because I'm focused on scaling and growing these businesses over here. But this phone ring every day. So I'm not going to be able to take everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this business off to you. Oh, no, the only reason why you able to do that is because of me. And, you know, I'm not the type of person that like to flex on nobody. If anything, I'll give you the jacket off my back. I'll give you the chain off my neck. Like, this don't mean nothing to me because, again, I come from humble beginnings. I know what it's like to have nothing.
Yeah.
So everybody around me, I want them to have everything, if not more. I'd rather them have more than me.
Yeah.
And there's been situations where I done took losses, but I made sure everybody, you know what I mean, everybody won in the light, but I took a loss in the dark.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, man, the only reason why you able to do this, that, and the third, and I go back to being shut down, being humiliated, questioning my future, not knowing how I'm going to provide for my family. When I go back all that and I pull myself out of that dark place, or I pull myself out of those situations, and the reason why you want to come work for me is because, you know what I'm saying, I'm standing on business. You know that I understand something. You know that I'm an asset. For a second, do not think that I'm not going to say, all right, well, look, don't do it then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if that's the case, if that's how you feel, why come through them doors?
Yeah.
Just don't. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, sometimes you got to pull that card, you know what I mean, with people, because people, they tend to forget what you do when you say no.
Yeah.
When it's yes, oh yeah, they like, oh yeah, I'm on top. As soon as you say no, or as soon as like they feel like they not a part of, man, it's
That's when you find out who they really are.
that's when you find out who they really are, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the common themes here is like at every turning point or at every pivot, there was always that come to Jesus moment. You call it that epiphany. I made you go, okay, now what? Or what's next?
Yep.
So you're at a point now where post epiphany, you have these 5 brick and mortar chains. You're rocking and rolling. How do we go from what's the epiphany that happens that then takes you from brick and mortar to click and order? How do you now find yourself on the digital marketing side of things?
COVID, bro.
Okay.
COVID, like, and that's what I said, like, and I don't mean this by like no way, but it was a blessing for me specifically because I had all of these things going on. I got turmoil in the hair and nail salon. I got females being catty. I'm like, all right, I got to step out of that. I got to put my wife there. Maybe my voice just like this is too high for them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So, and really, I'm just passionate about business and I'm passionate about helping people. So maybe to them, it come off as like, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm being an a-hole, or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a jerk. I don't know. But I'm just really passionate about pulling the potential out of that person, helping them see it. And that could be a flaw. Like, you know what I mean? I probably could see a person's potential like more than them and they don't even see it, or they don't want to see it. You get what I'm saying? So for me, like when the COVID happened and everything was shut down, it gave me the opportunity to say, yo, you know what? Those things, those problems that I've been worrying about, because it come with a lot of stress, bro. When you dealing with all these different personalities, all these, you responsible for feeding all these people. Like, yes, you making money, but the responsibility is high. So when you got a time where I can't tattoo, you know what I mean? I can't wear, I gotta worry about me now. I gotta focus. So I sit back and I think about all of the things that I'm naturally good at. How did I open all these businesses? And then also in the background, like, I was helping a lot of people, like with webinars on the digital side, on a lot of back stuff. You know what I mean? Because I'm just a good technical person.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, I can't get this to work. Oh no, I got you. Like my friends and my colleagues and stuff like that. So I'm seeing people make $10,000, $20,000 a week, which in my face. You know what I'm saying? Which is not, it's impressive, but then also it's not too exciting because like, you know, that's 60,000 or 50,000 a month. I'm still doing 20 or 30. So it's not that far off, but
Right.
I'm still helping.
Right.
And then also I'm speaking on these webinars as well. So I'm getting practice. So by the time it shut down, I was like, yo, the one thing I could do is do the thing that I'm good at, which is marketing. Like that's how I got all these butts and chairs at these businesses. That's
Right.
how, like from the very beginning, how the heck did I get 10 girls to cut school, get tattoos to make that 308? I just went back to my core. Yes, it was I had a service, but the one thing, bro, I was walking around with my friend with his arm like, hey, you see, it was the marketing. Like, how did I max out with 5,000 Facebook friends on 3 accounts? And I had people standing outside of my door every single day. It was marketing. And bro, I remember sitting there like in April in COVID, I'm sitting there and it's like 2:00 in the morning and all this is just coming to me. Like, yo, it's just marketing, bro. That's all that it is. And I was like, all right, cool. Like that's what we gonna do. And it took me a little time to figure out what the product, like, but we had released some products before, and that was like kind of like my guinea pig. Like my wife always say, like I was your test dummy. But we had rolled out a lash program.
Okay.
With my wife like several months before COVID, and it started to do good. But once we got it really, really ramped up, we launched it and we did 30K the first webinar.
Hold on. Just give me a second, brother. Just give me a second, brother. You can't just say that and then say that again.
All right. So I was fighting with my wife for like months because again, I'm working on my personal development. I'm opening up all these businesses. And I'm in the background, I'm helping people and they making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a webinar. So I'm seeing this in my face and I'm like, I just don't have a product yet.
Yeah.
So like my asset is just helping them. You get what I'm saying? So I understand the content, I understand the funnel, I understand the automation. I just don't have a product.
That's it.
So we would do these classes for lashes with my wife. We would do them every month or every other month.
Yeah.
We would sell out every time. We would do 15,000, 20,000. We had literally no overhead because we'd do them in the hair nail salon, which we had the most space, or we'd do them in the lash studio, and we'd sell out every time.
And these are in person?
In person.
Okay.
$1,500, $1,200 a ticket. We'll make 15,000, 20,000 every single class. We got girls asking us, hey, can you come to DMV? Hey, can you come to LA? Hey, can you come to Atlanta? I'm like, yo, we need to put this online. So my wife, for months, like, girls ain't gonna learn this online.
Right.
It's gonna be I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, like, I'm like, the demand is there. I'm telling you, we could digitize this thing. We could put it online. So after months and months and months of trying to convince her, she's about to have a kid. We expecting a kid. And I was like, yo, like, I just want you to have something that, you know what I mean, that you can monetize, like, in your, you know what I mean, while you take your leave. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and then also, like, I got multiple kids. So, like, this time around, I kind of want to chill. Like, I want to be able to take a month or two off, you know what I mean? Just take a break so I could do the family thing.
Right.
Because every time I had a kid, I had to run right back to work.
Yeah.
So this time, I want to do it different. So, you know, that talk kind of got her to like, all right, you making some sound like how you talking. So I convinced her. We went ahead and did that. First webinar, she only had about 3,000 followers online. We ran like $200 in ads, and we got about 350 girls to show up. Now, at the time, bro, I didn't even have 350 people showing up the webinar. So I'm super nervous for her. She pregnant, you know what I mean? I set up everything, slides, webinar, automations, whole thing. All she had to do was go do her thing. Did the offer creation, we shot the course. So we prepared, you know what I mean? She show up, bro, we make $30,000 that first webinar, bro.
And that was her first webinar ever.
First webinar ever. First time doing an Instagram live forever, bro. And from there, I was like, yo, either one or two things. We got a really, really good product, which it was slapping. We got a really good product, and we just got a really good system. And I was like, yo, we just got to duplicate this. So we went on to do multiple webinars that did 30, 25, 15K. You know what I mean? We ran it. And it came time for her to have a baby. We put it on Evergreen. So it was just running. She was consistently making money for at least 10 months after she was pregnant. I'm talking about ran it up.
And that for you was the one where it was like, oh, this ball game. I'm all in on just digital marketing.
Oh, once that first joint came, I was like,
yeah.
once I was like, yo, I remember sending my grandma a screenshot of us making $30,000, and she was like, "What's that?" She was like, "Selling what?" Like she thought I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing.
Right.
But for a moment, like that was the time, like I was like, oh, all right, like, cause you, like, this is what I want to tell everybody. Like, you're gonna have a moment where you don't necessarily, you don't know what's going on. The people don't believe you, but you're gonna have a moment where you like, yo, I'm doing this thing, I'm scared, and I'm doing it, and you're gonna have everybody around you questioning what you're doing. You have to follow through because not everybody's gonna understand it. They say when you have a thought and you have a vision, that's the end. So like that's the end. So where you at now, that vision that you got, God say faith is the journey. So like what you envisioning right now, like, so if you envisioning a big house, you envisioning a car, it's true. It's just that you just gotta take that journey to get there. So you're not crazy. Everybody not gonna see it because that's your vision. So you can't be mad at people when they don't see your vision. You can't let that stop you. None of my family are my customers. You know what I'm saying? My uncles ain't never walk up to me like, yo, nephew. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't expect them to be, but I also don't expect them, you know what I mean, to see the vision as well. But that was it, bro.
That was well good.
That was it, bro.
And even like you said just now, even the person who's close to you, your wife, like who's supposed to be who is your number one supporter, even her at the time was like, I don't know about this webinar stuff. I'm sure when that first 30K came in, she came and looked at you, was like, let's go ahead and run this back a couple more times.
I was like, I told you.
Yeah. Because at that point, she had the proof of concept, right? But you had the vision, and even though she didn't, you had the wherewithal to see it through. If that moment doesn't happen, or if that commitment to like, babe, we gotta at least give this one try happens. I don't know if you're sitting in this chair right now. I don't know if we have Runway Billionaire and beyond.
100%.
Right? But like you said, you had the vision, you saw it through. Ultimately, here you are now. And from then up until this point, you've become, like, when people talk about digital marketing, your name comes up every single time. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Hey, business owners, what if I told you that for just 90 cents a day, you could get access to $45,000 in business funding? I just launched my Credit Mastery community, where inside you're going to be getting exclusive access to our in-depth training program worth tens of thousands of dollars that's going to teach you the exact strategies you need on how to restore your credit and on how to properly structure your business. You're also going to be getting access to a financial consultant with over a decade of experience in the funding space that's going to be working with you to reach your financial goals in half the time it would take if you were to do it on your own. And we're going to be providing you 2 coaching calls a week where we're going to teach you the exact banks that you need to go to get access to anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000 in business funding. This is the same community that helped Pat access $50,000 in funding from Chase, help Alvin get $8,000 in funding from Amex, help Matt boost his credit score by over 150 points, and help Donna delete a bankruptcy from her credit report. So if you're interested, click the link above or below the video to join now, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's go, family.
Okay, so we have the story.
Yep.
I want to start getting into some of the strategies that you've been able to accumulate over your several years of being this digital marketing expert. Let's do it. Because this, now I want to get into the money talk. I want to get into the money talk. So let's break into that. You are known as, most people coin you as, and you coin yourself as the low ticket millionaire, if you will. You have a lot of strategies that you've been able to use to take $27 products and $17 products and run up multiple millions, right? Obviously, that's not just plug and play. There's a lot of strategy behind that. And I want to be able to break that down for the people. But before we do, for those who don't know, let's really break this down for them as fundamentally as possible. When we talk about low ticket, what exactly is low ticket? What is low ticket categorized? What does that mean?
So a low ticket is simply just a digital product. I like to break it down because I feel like a lot of people overcomplicate it.
Okay.
It's like, so one of the things that we could compare to is Walmart. Like, so Walmart model is a model that I talk about all the time. You go to Walmart, you might be only going to get one thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And for some reason, they got you to spend $80-something. You know what I mean? You went there for toilet paper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the concept of the low ticket millionaire, is one, hooking a person in, making them want to come to your store, but then also, you know what I mean, upselling them, cross-selling them and all that when they get there. Now, what I like to tell people, when you creating this digital product that you're going to create one time that's going to make you millions, right? the cost of it is just as important as what you're actually delivering it, because more zeros are trying to get the one than more eights trying to get the tens, or more eights trying to get the nines. So what I mean by that is more people trying to get started than the people trying to get started going to the next level.
Right.
So I like to help people create digital products that could solve that helps a person solve one problem. So you give them one solution that they can solve in 1 hour. You get what I'm saying? One specific problem, you give them one solution that they could go and they could solve in 1 hour. So if you think about that, it doesn't have to be complex. Like if you say, hey, I need more views for my YouTube podcast. I need more views. How do I get more views? Say, okay, cool. I just need to solve your view problem. I don't need to solve your whole how to start a podcast, set it up, the lighting. Right. I just need to solve your problem of views. So if we can come down to like just a very simplistic way, we could solve one person's problem, give them one solution that they could do in 1 hour, you'll make so much money.
Solve one person's problem.
Yep. Give them one solution
in 1 hour.
In 1 hour.
Make a whole lot of money.
You'll make a whole lot of money. And the reason why is because if I solve one of your problems, you want me to solve another problem for you.
Right.
So essentially what we've been able to do was create a low ticket that attracts the low hanging fruit, right?
Yeah.
Everybody could get it, right? We could go a little deeper if you want to.
Let's do it.
But on the ad side, my client acquisition is literally free because let's say I'm paying Facebook $10 to acquire a client, but they buying a $27 product. I'm either gonna break even or I'm profiting. So now anything that client spends on the back end,
profit.
It's all profit. So now we've been able to make a whole lot of money by giving people the low hanging fruit that everybody could get while still giving them value, solving a problem, to just naturally like, okay, cool. Like I still got some other problems that I need solved and I need them solved right away. You solved the one problem for me, but I still got 3 or 4 that I'm struggling with. Okay, cool. This is what it looks like to work with us.
This is good. Okay, so now we're getting into the granular business talk. Now we're married. Okay, so let's dive a little bit more into this, right? Before we unpack just the strategy around low ticket, I'm curious to know, because with you being in this space, I'm sure you see a lot of the I don't know if you would call it debate, but let's say discussion around low ticket versus high ticket.
Yeah.
So you have some people that'll say like, why would you sell a $27 thing when I could sell, a $2,700 thing or a $3,000 thing? And then other people who talk about the pros that come with, like you say, of selling low ticket. Is it a situation where we have to choose one or the other? If I'm a new business owner, I'm starting from zero. We'll have to choose one or the other, or one kind of helps the other in a certain way. What are your thoughts on that?
So I believe like just like this table is like an octagon, right? I believe that this table has a stronger foundation than a table that would be shaped like a triangle.
Okay.
The reason why, you got more opportunities. So I believe that both of them will help your business. You need both.
Right.
I think the biggest mistake that I had when I launched, and I was going super crazy at the beginning, and we was doing $100,000 a month plus, and like I had no high ticket. It was just all off low ticket. So $100,000 a month could have easily been $300,000-$400,000 a month had I would have just had the system and the structure that I'm talking about now. I realized that after leaving $8 million on the table, I was like, oh crap, like why didn't I think about this sooner? And the reason why I say that is because not everybody feels like they're capable to have a high ticket. So you go out here and a coach will tell you, oh, high ticket, but then I'll say, well, your coach is got a low ticket over here. You know what I mean? Like something has to be working. So you got to be able to know the difference between, how they're marketing their product. Because if I'm marketing a low ticket millionaire, of course I'm going to tell you, no, don't do high ticket. Of course I'm going, Of course I'm going to tell you those things, because I gotta get you out of the mindset of that's the best way and get you to understand why this pathway is the best way for you. And then also get you to focus. Like that's the thing that a lot of people don't do. They don't focus. So it's always the, conflict of, should I do high ticket? Well, my coach told me to do low ticket and my coach told me to do high ticket. So what I did was the low ticket millionaire system is a combination of the low ticket and the high ticket together. So you
Beautiful.
have both. But I would tell everybody you need to have a low ticket. I don't care if you crush it in a high ticket business. Every single entrepreneur that is successful online, whether you're talking about a Grant Cardone, you know what I'm saying, or you're talking about a runway billionaire, every successful marketer has a high ticket and a low ticket.
Yeah.
You won't find it not present.
Okay. All right. So now let's unpack another thing too when we talk about low ticket, right? Because, and I've heard you talk about this, another misconception I think that exists with low ticket, you'll hear some people say, okay, if I'm gonna make a low ticket product, I have all this information, I'm gonna give them like a morsel. I'm gonna give them a little bit of the game in the low ticket because I really want them to come and buy this other thing over here. But I've heard you talk about like, you don't hold anything back in your low ticket.
Why would I?
Right? Because you know that once they get all the sauce there, now they're going to
Bro, once I solve that one problem, bro, like if they go get a result, I got a testimonial. They gonna get stuck at some point. And I know when I built out the low ticket is just a customer journey. So just think about it. You walk in Walmart, it's summertime.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? When you walk in that door, what you gonna see? Grills, charcoal, fireworks. Like they gonna sell you something from the time that you walk in the door.
Yeah.
So they know, Walmart knows, like, yo, our average order value is this. When a person come in, the average customer comes in and spends this. Why? Because they strategically place a journey. When you book a plane ticket, you book the ticket, then they ask you, do you want to upgrade your seat? Then they ask you, do you want to, you know what I'm saying, check a bag? Then they ask you, do you want trip insurance? Then you get to the end, they like, do you want to book a hotel and a rental car? Like, they built out the customer journey for you already. So when you built out the low ticket, essentially what you're doing is you're building out the same customer journey for the person that needs you at some point in the customer journey. They might leave out of your ecosystem for a second, but then they like, yo, all right, let me get a result. Let me see if it's really real. Then when they get a result, they like, dang. It's like if a barber cuts your hair, he got you like, oh, he got me looking
icy.
Ice me.
Yeah.
You going back next week? Well, no doubt about it. You going on birthdays, holidays, all days. So it's the same process, man. Giving somebody a good experience, giving them value, solving one of their problems, they guaranteed to come back.
So let's create a customer journey right now in real time, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I come to Runway Billionaire. Let's say I have a credit repair company.
Yep.
I come to you and I say, okay, I'm going to create my low ticket product for $27.
Yep.
That's going to solve one problem for one person in 1 hour, right? Or 1 day. Product is done. How can I now structure my customer journey from click all the way to close? Walk me through that.
So basically, and I'm gonna give y'all the game.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna give y'all the game.
Let's go.
So first of all, yes, I'm gonna have one thing that solves the problem in 1 hour, but then I'm also gonna have bonuses, and I'm also gonna have order bumps.
Okay.
So you're a credit repair business. You come to me and you say, all right, cool. I want to show my clients how to get inquiries off in 24 hours. That's my main product. Boom, $27.
Right.
Now, I also want to give them some bonuses. So I might give them the script that I exactly use, you know what I mean, when I'm on the phone with them to get the inquiries removed. I might also give them a recording of a video of me calling when I got some inquiry removed, just so they could hear a role play.
Yeah.
You see how I just added two things that just made that $27 offer more valuable? I'm gonna give you the exact script that I use, which could be inside the ebook, but I just pull it out because people like things that's like highlighted or stuff that I could just point to and I could just say, oh, all right, that's it, right? So boom. Then I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna give you a recording of a call that I did so that way you can hear the cadence and how I'm talking to the rep. You're like, oh. So let me tell you why I did that though. I include those bonuses, one, to make it more valuable, but I also include it to indoctrinate the client more because the ebook is only going to do so much. The ebook is only going, all right, I'm going to read it. All right, this what Maurice said he going to do. All right, I'm going to go do it. But I can only put so many characters on a page.
Yeah.
So the ebook is too long, it becomes uninteresting. When I start to include videos and I start to include, voiceover, like things like that, now I get the opportunity to get that client more indoctrinated. They see me, they hear me. You get what I'm saying? Like they like, oh, I feel like I'm comfortable with Runway. Right. But it don't stop there because if I'm only trying to make $27 off you, I can't increase my order value, the money that I can make. So I'm gonna add something called order bumps. So now I might give you a list of credit unions that literally will, you can start a relationship and they fund you, let's just say $20K.
Mm.
So now you like, about to get these inquiries off. You see how I'm getting them ready for because why would you want to get inquiries off?
Mm-hmm.
You want to apply for something.
Yeah.
So now, dang, you're going to give me a list of 50 banks or 20 banks or whatever for $10 more or $17 more. So now I just took them from a $27 person to either a $44 or a $37 person. You see how I did that?
I'm with you.
And all they got to do is click one. Now I just made more money just by adding that one thing. And all that is a Google Doc, the list of the banks and where they pull from.
Mm-hmm.
So now do you get these inquiries off? I now got you ready for the next step. Now, Marv.
Come on.
After they do that, you see how I primed them? I solved one problem.
Yep.
I gave them something else that I know that they're going to be super interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But then they still going to need help on the next part. Because like, all right, cool. You gave me the banks to apply from.
Mm-hmm.
What I need to put on the applications.
Yeah.
What do my credit profile structure need to actually look like?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? How do I properly build a relationship with you? Now it's all these questions start to happen. Y'all see how I got it? Y'all see how I'm priming them up to work with me again?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happens when you create that one problem. I got one solution that you could execute in 1 hour. So now we could go to an upsell.
Mm-hmm.
So an upsell is something I like to sell for $97 to $197.
Okay.
This is pretty much like a mini training that is just going to close the gap from what they bought on the front end to where you really, really want to work with them at, right? So now it's going to be a mini training. This might be, how to get your first 10K in funding. Like this is the process, how to build a credit profile. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you like 3 banks that you could go to that do no docs.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Up to 50K. So boom, it's going but it's for sure you're gonna get 10K guaranteed.
Yeah.
I like to have mini trainings because again, I want this to be something you could do in 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want this to take a whole lot of time. You get what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
So now we just made an extra 97 or 197 from these people.
So we had the 27 from the first product plus the upsell. That's another
order bump. Order bump was on the same page. So think of the order bump like you already got what you was gonna get in Walmart. You at checkout.
Then they got the little candies and stuff like that by the cashier.
Man, they gonna crack you.
So
you say, all right, I'm gonna grab a soda. That's the order. It's an impulse buy. So boom, that's all on one page. All they do is click a button and they add it. Boom, check out. That's $44.
Okay. And then after that, we get to the upsell.
Get to the upsell.
And this is where the training is at.
This is where the mini training
97 to 100, 197.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say we get them on the low end. Let's say we get them on 97.
97.
Cool.
That's another $100.
Got you. Then after that, then what?
Then we go to the thank you page, which is the most underutilized page for entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
On that page, what do you think we have them do on that page?
Listen, appreciate you for buying all this. Listen, if you're interested in learning more about how you can work with me and my team, I'm gonna leave a calendar down below so you can
already know.
Yeah.
And on that calendar, that's where we sell. That's where we have them book a call to sell them for $2K or more, hot ticket. Let me tell you something. I've ran this play for so long, bro. I understand it. I got it down to a science that the time that a person will want to work with you is when they are most excited. The time that the person is most excited is when they first bought something.
Yeah.
The next time that they excited is when they in the act of now they getting the results from the thing that they paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Give you an example. The time you were most excited is when you push purchase on a trip to Cancun.
Yeah.
I'm sending you Cancun right
now.
Let's
go. We out.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Dang, I just bought my ticket. Ooh, I can't wait to go. It's 3 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
The next time that you excited is boarding a plane. I landed. I'm here. I'm in the action. So I say, while you excited, what do you do after you hit purchase? Dang, I need something to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, you know what I'm saying? I gotta, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it go.
Right.
So you able to capitalize off that excitement and really get on that phone call and find out what the goals and what the biggest objections that person is having.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might need you. Some people might not. It's worth to have a conversation. I'll have a conversation for 2K.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go.
I'll have a conversation.
I'll pause this conversation. I'll stop this podcast, take a call, I come finish this podcast for 2K. You understand? Okay, so what you just broke down, I really hope this didn't go over the audience's head because basically we didn't say the exact, well, you probably said it in your soliloquy, but like a funnel, pretty much, right?
For sure.
and the power of a funnel. A funnel and a properly structured funnel with the right strategy, like what you just said, is so powerful.
The right strategy.
The right strategy.
Yeah.
And I think you actually said it before yourself, where you said something where you can go to Fiverr to buy a funnel, but you can't go to Fiverr
and
to get a strategy.
That's what people come to me for. They come to me for the strategy because you got thoughts in your heads of like, I think this could work. But then it's like, how the heck is somebody going to take what's in my head and put it in a system that can go step by step? And that's what most freelancers on Fiverr or whatever can't provide you. They just know how to build some stuff. You gotta orchestrate. You gotta tell them like, this is how I want it. And I think a lot of people can't articulate it. You know what I mean? From a standpoint to know like, oh, this is what I need to happen when it's happening, especially on the automation side. So that's where me and my team come in, man. That's why we had so much success, is helping people understand like, all right, listen, I hear what you I hear what you hear on the internet. I know that, but this is how it's really done. Because all I've done is I took everything from my business that I built, whether it's webinars, challenges, ebook funnels, tripwires, VSL. I took all that and I templated it. So now when people come and they get stuff built by us, they get in our proprietary system. I ain't just giving you no BS. I'm like, yo, look, hey, I made over $10 million in the last 3 years doing this. You know what I mean? I made $1 million with just one webinar framework. You get what I'm saying? So those are the things that we able to download into people's business.
Even the framework you just gave and the strategies gave around the funnels is so powerful for a bunch of reasons. Number one, when we talk about I think Myron Golden said this, where he's like, whenever you solve one problem, you always create 10. No, excuse me. When you create one solution, you always create 10 more problems.
Yep.
So that's why a funnel is so powerful, because like you said, all right, I'm gonna give you the inquiry removal, but it's like, all right, what banks do I go to?
Yeah.
I give you the banks to go to. It's like, all right, what do I say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you so it's like the funnel is literally solving every single one of their problems step by step. But more importantly, like you said, why it's so powerful is you're solving it when they're the most hot, they're most ready, when they're ready to buy. It's not like, I'm gonna give you this inquiry guide and 3 days later, yo, by the way, you already lost me by then. Right? The beautiful thing about the funnel is that you're getting them right then and there in real time, where they're the most motivated and they're most excited. And I think you use the word most indoctrinated with them.
Oh, yeah.
To go ahead and get inside the system. Oh, gang, this is good. This is good. This is very, very good.
Can I give you another one?
Let's go.
Because somebody going to watch this and they're going to think like, all right, well, Marv, how do I create all this? Like, so I'll tell you what. The ebook, the mini course, the mentorship, it's all the same thing. It's just a different format.
Okay, break that down.
I got you. But I want you to know, it's all the same thing, just a different format. If I got 10 chapters in my ebook, right?
Yeah.
Inquiry removal, right? 10 chapters. I go record videos for each one of those 10 chapters.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, the mini course. But I'm just naturally going to do what? Expand, because I'm on video now. I'm talking.
Yeah.
The page is limited for words, so it's only so many words I could put on each page before it just comes like drastically long. Video, a person to sit there and watch 20, 30-minute video of you breaking it down, sharing your screen, elaborating, helping them get a deeper understanding.
Yeah.
So now, all right, the mentorship is, the course can't answer no questions back. So the mentorship is you showing up live with me on Zoom. I'm answering questions for your specific situation. I ain't say nothing different that I ain't say in the course. I ain't say nothing different that I didn't say in the ebook. It's just now, because the format is different, in which I'm showing up, giving my time now, and I can answer specific questions about your specific situation, is worth more. It's the same information. It's just that the format is different. So therefore, the value and the price change. We cooking?
Cooking might be an understatement. And I'm not even halfway through my notes. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous over here, but this is a good nervous. All right.
Yeah.
We have frameworks around the product. We have frameworks around how to sell it. But I want to dive even deeper into your expertise more on the marketing side of things.
Let's do it.
Right? Alex Hormozy has a quote where he says, it's hard to stay poor when you have leads that are banging down your door, right? So we have this product. We have this funnel, but we got to get some eyeballs, right? We got to get some people to this funnel. I want to talk about content. Because I think that's one of the biggest things most new business owners struggle with. What do I talk about? How do I get on camera? How do I do this? How do I do that?
Yeah.
In studying you, you teach a framework that I love called I think it's called the 11-11 framework.
Mm-hmm.
That I think is really great for newer business owners. Could you break down what that framework is and why it makes content creation so easy so we can actually start getting eyeballs for this $27 product?
Yeah, so I think like when people approach social media from a content standpoint, they look at a runway or they look at a Marvin and they be like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? And it's like you just got to be honest with yourself, right? Like, we've gotten to a point where we exercise. We've been doing it so long, so it becomes comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we go back and watch first podcast episodes.
man.
They gonna be like, this boy done glued up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I say the 11-11 framework is pretty much you understanding where you are on a scale from 1 to 10. So the 11-11 is the 1 day, the 1 week, the 1 month, and the 1 year. So you identify where you're at. And I don't mean like, yo, you just started yesterday. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, like if you got 1 day of experience and the 1 day is just like, yo, I'm just getting started with this thing. I got a few things figured out. I figured out how to get past getting started. I know how to get started. Then yo, it's so much money you can make because the zeros don't even know how to get started.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to figure out how to start. So if you could just solve that problem for people, just showing them how to get started, it's an area of compensation for that. Now, if you're a 1 week person and you like, yo, I know how to get started. Plus I know, shoot, I hit 5,000. Like I know how to get you there. Like, or I hit my first 10,000. I know how to get you there. Then guess what? You just show people how to get started and hit their first 10,000. If you're a 1 month person and you like, yo, I hit my first 6 figures. Okay, cool. Then you basically just show everybody how to hit their first 6 figures. And if you're a 1 year person, you're like, yeah, I did $1 million plus. Okay, cool. Well, you show how, and again, like it don't necessarily have to be the money. It could just be a milestone. Like if you hit those milestones, then you just talk behind you. So if I'm a 1 day person, I'm talking to everybody behind me, the people who didn't get started yet. So all of my content on social media is going to be for people who did not get started yet. I'm not going, it leaves me no room to talk about things that I don't know. It leaves me no room to talk about things that I'm not comfortable about.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I just been doing this for day one. All of y'all who don't know how to get started, follow me on this journey because I'm going to show you. You get what I'm saying? It just comes off more natural and you could grow and develop and the audience will grow with you. But they're like, they can't find you if you're out here pretending to be this 1 year person when you only a day one. You don't have to compete with the 1 year people. Let them be where they are. But if you are a 1 day person, go and talk about all of the things that you wish you had, all the tools that got you to get started, the mindset, all of those things. And those people will find a commonality. They'll find the authenticity in you saying, yo, you're a real one.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I need because that's all they looking for. Nobody in a right mind would want to go from, I want to get started and be at a 10. Even though we in a microwave society, they would be happy with just getting started.
Yeah.
That would be enough for them. So I say, like, if you could carve that out, that helps you with the content because it allows you to show up just like how you are.
I want to swing now over staying in content. That's organic.
Yep.
I want to talk about paid.
Yeah.
And me and you joked about this off camera. My first time finding out about you was paid. And this was before I knew anything about marketing.
Yep.
But like I saw an ad, you're in a mansion, coming down some stairs, talking about credit. I'm like, all right, I'll watch this later.
Yeah.
2 seconds later, I go to Facebook. I'm seeing like 3 more ads. Like, hey, I don't know if you noticed, but I saw you left the other page.
Yeah.
I didn't know about retargeting at the time. Now I know.
Yeah.
And it's like Runway is following me all over the internet, trying to get me to sign up for this thing or try and buy this thing. And I bring that up because a lot of people who are new, like experiment with ads and they're like, oh, ads don't work.
Yeah.
Or like ads are, it doesn't make sense for me to do my business. I'm gonna just focus strictly on organic. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
But I got Runway Billionaire on here. I can't talk marketing and not talk ads.
Yeah.
I can't talk marketing and not talk ads. So why do you, from your experience, because you coach a lot of these people, what is the biggest mistake you see most people are making with ads and how do we fix it?
So the biggest mistake that I see people making with ads is not having the back office structure right that can support their ads. Most people, they think that running ads is the end all be all. Oh yeah, I got a product, I could just run ads. I don't got to post no content. Like, no, you have to do both. Like the organic versus ads conversation is not a or, it's an and. It's organic and ads.
Yeah.
Not organic or ads. It's organic because what happens is it's like, think about Amazon reviews, right? Like ads, your organic content is like the Amazon reviews for ads.
Mm-hmm.
So before you buy something on Amazon, you go read the reviews and see,
Yeah.
is this good?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine you running an ad on Facebook, somebody see it and they like, yo, this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
They want to verify that you are who you are. It's a lot of cap online. It's a lot of questionable, you know what I mean, stuff.
Right.
So they go to your profile and you have no content on your page.
Mm-hmm.
You have no social proof, no authority, no trust, no rapport with them.
Mm-hmm.
Or they go on your page and the last time you posted was 2021. And it's a picture of you and your kid on vacation. Or is it you at a cookout? You know what I'm saying?
And you over here trying to sell me this $2,000 whatever thing.
Talking about that it works and
Yeah.
you've been doing it for, I don't believe you.
Right.
So we live in a society where like it's show and tell.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't show me and you just telling me, I'm not buying what you selling.
Mm.
So it has to be a level of authority, social proof when they go to your content. At least got to be an optimized bio. And then also just think about this. If I posted a piece of content that worked organically.
Come on now. Here we go.
And if it worked organically with me putting no money behind it and people resonate with the content,
talk about
how is it going to perform when I go put money behind it?
Mm-hmm.
So what we like to do is we like to come up with captivating content, 30-day run, post consistently for 30 days, 3 times a day. Out of one of those, something is going to work.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Out of one of those, something is going to work. Something is going to work better than the other. Some going to work not so good. So what we do is we go look at the data. We look at what really, really worked. And then we use that as a framework for the ads because that's what people want to see from you.
Yeah. That was, for me, that's how I personally cracked the code with ads, because for a while, I felt like I couldn't figure it out. And I was in that bucket of like, oh, ads don't work.
Yeah.
But I had organic content I was doing well.
Yep.
So then one day, you know, Darrell Gray.
Yeah, that's my
guy.
guy.
He was like, bro, you got all these, you know, organic pieces of content that's doing tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. Take one of these, run an ad. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Yeah. I'm like, you know what? One day I'm like, you know what? Let's give it a try. Bro, my best ads are always the organic content that I just repurpose as ad content.
100%.
Every single time. 100%. Like I get the lowest cost per lead, the best return on ad spend every single time.
Every single time.
Once again, like you said, it's not a or. It's more of an and conversation of having them work both together.
Yeah, and if you want to dive a little deeper, like the strategy that I gave y'all, like just imagine you running ads and you don't have no upsell behind your funnel, or you don't have no book a call. All you got is the ebook with the order bump, or just an ebook, no order bump. And you like, man, why is my cost per lead $29? And my thing only $27. You ain't even give yourself an opportunity to make any more money.
Right.
It's like, yo, you're hiring Facebook to say, hey, go find me 1,000 people that'll pay for this. You get what I'm saying? And you don't have a structure on the background that could pay you the most money. That makes no sense. So, like, you know, when people come, I try to educate them on like, yo, these are all the things that you need before you press launch. Because you got two different type of agencies out here. I want y'all to know this. You got agencies out here that's just button pushers. They're going to take your money, they're going to push publish, and they're going to spend your money. You get what I'm saying? And they're going to charge you a retainer, and then that's it. Then you got agencies who really do this. Like they spend money. They spend several hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars a month on advertisements. This is what they do. And they'll say, hey, we cost a little more to work with us, but we gonna make sure that every single thing that you need before you publish is there. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna see it on the back end.
Yeah.
100%.
I want to go now from content to now talk, and I said this, touched on this in the intro. Let's talk about AI for a second.
Yeah.
If I go in your DM right now, and you already know, if I go in your DM right now and I say a keyword, whether it's credit or launch or whatever the word may be, I'm gonna get a automated message, and whether I do or don't respond, another one's gonna come like a couple minutes after that. And if I do respond, like, your back end when it comes to the automations and the AI is very thorough, like very, very thorough.
Appreciate it.
I want to be able to give some of that strategy to the people who are watching too, because when we talk about from brick and mortar to click and order and making money in your sleep, like it all comes down to having some of those things in place with AI and with automation. what are some of the different things that as a new business owner I can start doing when it comes to AI and some of these AI tools to now automate certain parts of my business to where I'm able to make that money in my sleep with this product that I've now created?
How honest do you want me to be?
As
No.
honest as possible. As
All
honest
right,
as possible.
So I mean, AI is just hot right now, man, and it just helps you be super super productive.
Mhm.
Man, we got everything from AI softwares that literally can scrape Instagram followers, like
Mm.
names, emails, and then you can like literally follow up. So one AI software that we got is called AI Flow, and basically what it does is it could go to let's just say a viral TikTok reel,
Mhm.
and let's say this person was talking about credit.
Mhm.
Like I can literally go scrape all of the TikTok followers from
Mhm.
from the comments and literally go send all of them a DM about my product. Like literally, you know what I mean? So it's like you don't have no problem like promoting your,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? I'll make sure you can
Yeah,
have it
yeah,
for the
yeah. I'm now my mind is racing. I'm like, how did I not know about
I
this
make
already?
sure you can have it in the
Right,
show
right,
notes, you know what I mean?
right.
So, but it literally can go scrape all of them, send all of them a message, and when they reply, the automation can fire off to send a link. So it's no real excuse of why you can't. And this do this on TikTok, it do this on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn if you doing B2B. So it's several ways that you could use it, but those are just some of the ways that you know what I mean, that you could, you know what I mean, use it in that form. But there's no excuse of if you got a product, why you can't go to somebody who already got a niche, already built the audience, and
Mhm.
just had that running 30 minutes to an hour a day on
Mhm.
autopilot. So that's you know what I mean, one way that you could do it.
Mhm.
Another thing that we've been using AI for is like I think that a lot of people have trouble, you know what I mean, running ads. Like a lot of people can't afford the budget for, an agency to go ahead and set up.
Right.
There's AI ad services that like literally it take you 2 minutes. You can launch an ad like that. It's all generated with AI. It'll let you know it'll give you an estimate of what your cost per lead would be. It'll
Yo,
create
what's going on? What?
Yeah,
What?
bro. It's
Look,
it's
look,
getting
look,
crazy.
look, what is going on?
Yeah, it's getting crazy. So you literally can run
Hey,
your whole
yo.
business with AI, but primarily the one thing that's like working for us right now,
Mhm.
is pretty much like the AI chat automation. So if anybody be in my DM and y'all getting automated DMs, some of it is mini chat and then some of it is chat GPT. So we're basically giving, a lot of our context, a lot of our product knowledge to a AI chatbot, and it's actually having real conversations with a person that's walking them through the same conversation that we would have on a sales call. They just doing it in the DM. So now
Mhm.
I got an AI appointment setter inside of my DM
Mhm.
that literally will go and talk to you. Hey Marv, yeah, what's going on, man? Tell me how I can help you. So you it's coming from my profile. So you're like, oh, I'm talking the wrong way. So the
Mhm.
conversion is a lot higher. And then that person will either book a call, it could send an invoice, it could close them out, it could sell the product, it could upsell them, it could downsell them. You get what I'm saying? If you running a webinar, it could go like we got one automation that we give, and I'll see we'll talk behind the scenes, see if we can work this out. Like I got one automation
Mhm.
that basically a fitness trainers, they pay me $700 a month. So it's like real estate for me.
Mhm.
They pay me $700 a month for this one automation. I set it up for them,
Mhm.
and then I just maintenance it. And it's very little maintenance. But fitness trainers, like they need more leads.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They need more leads. So this one automation help fitness trainers get more leads. I got one for real estate investors. They pay me $1,000 a month for that. So I got all these little automations out there that's like little real estate portfolios. You know what I mean? That I sell to people that's already doing the thing,
Mhm.
that's already set up.
They just need that back end
They just
system.
need that back end, man. They
Just
don't
give 'em
have
that
time to
information.
set it up. When it
Right.
comes to technical stuff, a lot of people get like, oh man, I'm gonna do it. But like, yo, you better off just hiring somebody, you know what I mean, take care of it for you, have it one and done, have it templated so that way you could do it over and over again. So these are automations that we set up, bro. We set up, take a couple hours for us to set it up, dial it in, and then we sell it.
Mhm. And this is mainly to maximize conversion in the DM, pretty much.
Bro, it could be on a website. Like
Really?
we got one that can answer any question on your website. Somebody come to your question and come on now, like you know how some people are, they just don't read.
Right.
So
Yeah.
some people will ask you the same question. So all right, we're gonna train it on your frequently asked questions. We're gonna train it on your business mission statement. We're gonna train it on the services of your business. So now when somebody comes to your website, they could actually talk to a live live AI agent, you get what I'm saying, that feels human, that can answer their questions. Oh, you got a login problem? Oh, no problem. What's your email? Facilitate the whole thing. Oh, you registered for the webinar and you want to have a sequence that, hey Marv, I saw you join Runway's webinar. Like, tell us one thing you excited about the webinar. We could do you respond some random response. Hey, I don't really know too much about Runway, but I'm excited. All right, no, that's cool. Thanks. Well, in case you don't know, boom, here go a YouTube link. You get to know more about Runway. We look forward to seeing you on the training. It get crazy, bro. It get deep. And it's not super complex to set up. It's not. It's really not.
Interesting. And you had just named 2 tools in particular. There was one tool I know you're using. You didn't say it specifically, but I also want to talk about, because I think for some people who are starting, this is also another key one that they can start to look into. ManyChat.
Yeah.
ManyChat has been a game changer for a lot of people. I remember for me, my first time putting it in place, I got like friends who would text me on side like, you really under the comments saying, responding to all these people? Because they don't know, right?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what that is for individuals who don't know, and some of the different ways that, if I'm, once again, starting from ground zero, I can either have that in place to start automating certain parts of my sales process for my business.
So I'm just not the person that could keep it vague. So we go.
It's the Marvin Fresh Swap.
Yeah,
You understand?
Swap. So you know what I'm saying.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna give them the sauce. So basically, whenever I create any type of content, I'm looking to create 3 types of content.
Okay.
One type of content is engagement content. I want my engagement to go up, because the more people that know me, the more people that can flow me. More people that see me, become aware of my content, the more opportunity that I have for people to opt in. So engaging content. So ManyChat, we could use that to boost our engagement, right? Engagement content be like, hey, I'll just give you an example. Like, let's just say the election was really, really big. Hey, man, like, it's going crazy. Inflation is at an all-time high. We don't know who's going to win the election. Let me know your thoughts. Like, in the comments. So now it don't matter what they reply. I just have a reply to everybody that replied in the comments, because I'm not going to sit there and reply. You get what I'm saying?
All that, yeah.
So now that's an engagement booster. Instagram see that, oh, people are commenting on this post. You commenting back, you interacting, and we could even make it to where, though, when you comment back, it's not the same comments. So every comment is different. So now it looks at Instagram like you're physically commenting something back, and it's all different comments. So like, all right, now the interaction on this post, they're more likely to go ahead and push it out. Engagement content, right? It could be a POV, like, here go a day in the life of a stay-at-home mom who's on the road to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? Parent check-in. let me know. You know what I mean? Boom, engagement content. The next thing is straight sales. You want to have sales content. Sales that's just straight up selling. You should not be on social media as a nonprofit. That just, you know what I mean? Unless you are a nonprofit, but we are a for-profit business. Right. You know what I mean? You want to have straight sales. So just straight sales content. Hey, I'm running this type of discount, this type of offer, this type of special. Scarcity, urgency, incentive. Those are big things that you want to have in your sales content. Scarcity, not everybody could get it. Limited amount. Urgency, hurry up and get it. Discount till midnight, going back to original price. And incentives, when you buy this, you're going to also get this. Boom, sales content. Feeling like they getting more than what they buying. Urgency, feeling like they got to get it now. Like a Jordan release, when they release a sneaker, boom, they go get it, right? The other thing is leads.
38%. That's the amount of entrepreneurs that are struggling to get their business funded because their personal credit isn't where it needs to be. Now, you can look into alternatives like corporate credit cards and vendor accounts, but the truth is the easiest way to get access to 5 to 6 figures in funding is to have good personal credit. As an entrepreneur, the stress of trying to build a successful business is already enough as is. So why work harder than you need to when you can simplify the funding process by getting your credit restored? My company, Takeoff Financial, has served hundreds of entrepreneurs just like you by helping them avoid the pain of getting denied for business funding by restoring their personal credit, and we want you to be the next one. So click the link above or below this video to secure your free consultation, and let's put you in position to get you funding that your business needs.
Social media's job is to keep people on the platform. Your job is to get them off. You need leads. If ever Instagram was to say, well, look, you know what? We changed the name of Instagram. We deleting all profile names. Y'all got to start from scratch. Even Beyonce, all y'all got to start from scratch. And you at least got the leads. You get what I'm saying? So those are the 3 type of content. And, you use ManyChat to pretty much automate all of those conversations, those DMs and everything.
And what's super funny about this is you talked earlier about how when you're helping a lot of clients, you're not just giving them theory, like you're giving them real, like I've done this for
Oh
several
yeah.
years. What's funny about you is I know, for people who don't know, bro, you've lost your Instagram like 50 times.
For sure.
So you've literally had to
No,
start from ground zero
yeah.
over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But I ain't never seen you sweat because it's like, like, bro, I got a system that's set up to where I don't care if I got 1 follower or 1 million, I'm gonna run up a bag.
Well, that's one thing, man. And then also, like, I had a list. Like, the list will save you, man. Like, you know, off camera, like, I'll show you what my pipeline value look
Let's
like.
do
You
it.
get what I'm saying? Like, I'll show you like the list that we built. We consistently building a list every single day, because the one thing I understand is, like, somebody might not work with me now, but they might work with me 4 or 5 months from now.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
many people have like, Marv, man, I've been following you for years, bro.
Man.
Like, I've been following you for years, and you like, yo, I only been doing this for years.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Like,
right.
but dang, that's how long you've been following me. That's how long you've been tapped in. So they might not be a client now, but they, you know what I mean, eventually be a client later.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I understand that game, and I also understand, like, I need to have my own list where I could contact people on my own time, at my, you know what I mean, at my own pace, despite what's going on. If I move to another platform, hey, follow me up on TikTok,
yeah.
y'all. Hey, look, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, I had an opportunity to at least be able to control a little bit of what that looks like.
Runway billionaire. Runway billionaire. I thought I knew something about marketing. This episode made me realize I know nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, I know nothing. I'm still a student to this, but I mean that in a great way, brother. I'm learning so much just sitting here and talking with you. I wanna slightly pivot here because I know we have to get you out of here soon, but I wanted to quickly touch on this. I've studied your story quite a bit. You have so many different things that have happened for you along your journey, and what was interesting was you talked about how your name, Runway Billionaire,
Mm-hmm.
you had a goal to get to $1 million,
Yep.
got to $1 million,
Got to $1 million.
and it was just like, all right, what's next? Let's go for $1 billion,
Yeah.
right? But then you also talked about a story. I don't know how recent this was, about how you're a married man,
Yes, sir.
how your best performing month, I think you did like $1 million in a month or something like that.
Yeah.
And it kind of broached like a bit of an uncomfortable conversation for you with the missus that kind of made you take a step back and look at things from
Yeah.
a much broader view. Do you mind talking a bit about that?
Yeah. I think, you know, just coming from where I come from, we get very ambitious on the, like, come on, bro. Like, I was working at a job.
Yeah.
I went in the bathroom.
Mhm.
I made $380.
Mhm.
That felt like $1 million to me. That felt like I could do it. So, you know, I'm guilty of what everybody else is guilty of. I'm human. I look at social media. I'm like, what? Mugs made 100,000 in a day. I
Yeah.
could do that. Mug made $1 million in a day. I could do that. Mug made $1 million. So I'm like, yo, bro, I'm very ambitious. I woke up one month and I was like, yo, I'm gonna make $1 million this month.
Mhm.
And you know, I'm the type of person, like, when I say something, I'm gonna do it. And I got so locked in that month that, you know what I mean, I didn't realize, like, I was ignoring the most important thing that I was doing it for.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? And like, she let me make the $1 million and all that, bro.
Mhm.
Like, she ain't say nothing. I got to enjoy that thing for about 30 seconds.
She was like, all right, $1 million over.
She didn't even know. Like,
Okay.
that's the thing. Like, she didn't even know. It's just I feel like the universe don't lie. You know what I mean? And it always will put you where you need to be at. So literally, bro, 11:48 that night, we was like $2,000 away. I'm like, yo, 12 minutes. You know what I mean? And I remember, like, we hit it right before 12 o'clock. And I remember sitting there. I closed my laptop. I'm in the office. I'm like, shh, dang, man. Little black boy from the hood, you know what I'm saying? From the ghetto, like, mom on drugs, popping up, like, this crazy. Like, did $1 million. Like, this was going through my head. She walked downstairs. I'm looking over. I got happiness in my eyes. She don't got happiness in her eyes. She like, yo, I feel like you've been here, but you ain't been here. And again, it's only 30 days. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no excuse. But I realized, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just wasn't paying attention to the people that meant the most. The reason why I was doing it for. And I could have came back like, I'm doing this for us. I just made $1 million. I could have made it about the money, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like, my wife don't care about that. You know what I mean? That's how you know you got, you know what I mean, you got the right one. She wasn't trying to lead me after that, but you know what I mean? She knows how to give me a reality check without disrespecting me. And then also without making me feel like little or like I don't matter. You know what I mean? She said it in such a way to where as though, like, bro, it crushed my whole, you know what I'm saying? It crushed my whole life. And I had to take a step back and I had to look like, you know what I mean? I had to look like, even though it was done, like, yes, you make $1 million in a month, it puts your family in a great position. It puts you in a great position, you know what I mean? Do a lot of things, reinvest the money, all of that. But then also you got to look at it like that month, bro, like I was stressed, you know what I mean? I'm overly anxious, anxiety at the highest. I'm not operating with my family. Like she cooking, you know what I mean? I'm eating and working, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even locked in. You feel what I'm saying? I'm so isolated. So for me, bro, it's like, dang, you know what? And I hope everybody could take something from this, because like I was like, dang, like I don't need to make $1 million to be happy or comfortable. You know what I mean? Like I came up with my freedom number a long time ago. And if everybody don't know what the freedom number is like, all right, how much do you got to make to not have to go clock in nowhere? And like, if you were sick, you could wake up and all your bills would be paid.
Yeah.
Most of us could live a good life if we just made our freedom number, where it say, oh, yo, I can make my freedom number every single month. And like, it don't matter what I do, it's there. Most of us could live a good life. And it's probably around $10,000 to $20,000 a month. You know what I mean? Mine's a little higher, but like when you get to the freedom number, double it. So that way, you know what I mean? If anything really happened and you're like, shit, I'm good for a month. I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? So really, like once I got there, it's like, bro, I don't need $1 million a month. Like it sound cool, look good. You know what I mean? Instagram, oh, I made it, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I ain't gonna die if I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be cool with making, I was good making $100,000 a month. We was in a 3-bedroom house. I was cool. I was like, yo, like this is a good life.
Right.
We could do anything that we want. I got low overhead. You know what I mean? So also with those things, you start adding a lot of expenses.
Yeah.
That's what somebody talk about. Like people say like, oh yeah, I made this. They talk about the gross, never the net. You know what I mean? Never. You don't hear a lot of entrepreneurs talk about no net online. It be all gross.
Yeah.
Like, yo, show the net at the expenses. You get what I'm saying? Like I probably that month that I made the M, I had like $280,000 of expenses. You also gotta think like what you gotta pay on taxes.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So how
Right.
so that's what I'm saying. Like when it all boiled down to, you gotta really like be like, is it worth it? It feel good to make $1 million, but when I think about it, like damn, $280,000 in expenses, you know what I'm saying? Plus the taxes that you gotta pay on $1 million. Like to be honest, it really was just a regular $400-something thousand a month. When you break it down, like, you know what I mean? I do those occasionally. So I ain't had to cause all that stress in my life just to say, oh, I did $1 million. I ain't had to, you know what I mean, damn near throw something away with my wife, or, you know what I mean? Because she could have felt however she wanted to feel. You get what I'm saying? But like, you know, I could have potentially threw all that away just because I want to make $1 million when I made millions. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about perspective and also like doing what's for you and not what's for everybody else.
The reason I wanted to touch on that, and I think this is a great place to close. Throughout this episode, I've talked a lot about speaking to new entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
You also talked about the microwave era that we're living in. I think one of the biggest challenges mentally that a lot of new business owners are going to have to deal with is when you're doing, like, when you're in the real early stages of business.
Yeah.
Like you've been there. I think even like you had a year in 2019, like where you was kind of just like threw all the designer away. You was locked in, like just in the trenches. Like we got to make it happen. I think one of the biggest challenges most new business owners are going to deal with, especially being in the social media age, is like, I'm starting a business from zero. I'm trying to make my first 5K, my first 10K, but I feel like everybody I'm around is doing 10, 20 times that.
Yeah.
And like you said, they don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. From your experience, if you're speaking to those people who are watching, who received a lot of value from the sit down, what are some words of reaffirmation or motivation that you could share with them in this season of business that they're in, to let them know, like, yo, you're on the right path. You just got to put your head down and keep working. Like, that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, bro, like most people only one play away from like making a first 100,000.
Yep.
Like in 2021, our average client ratio that made 100,000 was 7 months. So like the person who locked in for 7 months guaranteed made 100,000. Like it was inevitable. Like they made their first 5,000, then they made 10,000,
Yep.
then they make 40,000, then they like, oh, I made 6,200 this week. You know what I'm saying? Then, oh, I made 8,000 this week, and it just get easier. And I tell people like the thing that I feel like with the microwave society, like the it's a good and a bad thing. It got its pros and cons. The good is they could come on and see you on a platform and learn all of this stuff at a hyper-paced rate.
Right.
But the thing is, they'll leave your platform and go to somebody else's platform and try to learn something else. And it's like, I tell people all the time, like, yo, when you get a mentor and you pay for that mentor, you pay for that information, get everything you can out that person.
Yeah.
Everything. Use that person.
Yeah.
Until cause they got information that you need to know to get to your next level. Don't
100%.
try to implement some new stuff. Go implement that stuff. So that's one thing that I would say. The next thing, man, is just have patience.
Yeah.
I get so many people we an agency with integrity. And I don't even like the word agency because agency's got a bad name.
Right.
But we an agency with integrity. So when people come to us, like I had to literally tell entrepreneurs, like, this not going to be overnight. Despite what you see online, this stuff requires work. If you're willing to put in the work, these are the results that you could get. If you thinking that it's going to be just a get rich quick, it's not. It's going to be a get rich for sure. Like, we going to get for sure. But there are going to be some things that's not going to work how we plan. There are going to be some things that we got to fix. There is going to be some things that's, you know what I'm saying, that we got to touch up. It's business. This is the ugly part of business that nobody wants to talk about, and nobody wants the ugly part. So I would just say, like, trust the process. Don't rush the process, because you could definitely get there for sure. I'm telling, like, I don't think that I'm, you know what I mean, as superhuman as everybody make me to be. But the reason why I beat a lot of people is because I execute at a high level. I got a 48-hour implementation rule. I get some knowledge. If it's something that I could run, I implement it in 48 hours or less. I also worked on my personal development a lot. So because I'm a person, like, when you come from where I come from, I felt like I had to do everything myself to get it done right. It's that saying, like, you want something done right, do it yourself. Yeah. So when I started to work on my personal development, it started to help me become a better leader, to where, though, like, I was like, oh, all right, I got to delegate this stuff. You know what I mean? And that's what helped me hire a team. Like, being able to say, lose the mindset of letting stuff go into business, not doing everything. You get what I'm saying? Passing it off and letting other people handle responsibilities that's better at the thing than you. Yeah. Like, why are you building funnels? Runway, why are you doing graphics? Runway, why are you editing the ads? Runway, like, it's like some stuff, in order for you to be successful, you have to be able to know what you're good at and what you're not good at, and be able to delegate, duplicate, and automate. You know what I mean? You delegate the process to somebody else so they could duplicate it, and then you put it on automation. You don't go from duplication to automation. You don't go from delegation to automation. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to have a process that's duplicatable. So I would just tell entrepreneurs, man, it's just like, yo, one, get you help. Like, get you a $5 an hour VA that could help you with the money tasks, that could help you with the minimum wage activities. And 70% of businesses never hire an employee. So if you just get one VA that could just help you, you now could focus on more things in the business. Like, you're trying to run a business as a solopreneur, and that's not how successful businesses is meant to be ran. So that's the advice that I would give everybody, sooner than later. People be like, oh, I can't afford to hire nobody. You can't afford not to.
There you go.
You can't afford not to. You know what I mean? That $20 an hour job that you got, you need to pay somebody $5 of that to go help create you $30 an hour over here. Yeah. Like, that's the process. So yeah, just trust the process, man. And you know, trust the process, don't rush the process. That's the real game. Like, if it was some magic trick or some secret, like, I share it. I definitely wouldn't hold it back. I know Marv want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But it's really just staying down, looking at your clock and not nobody else's. So many people looking at the shot clock on somebody else's Instagram and looking like, well, dang, well, they hit it in 6 months. But you don't see, like, they see Runway with the Lambo, Runway with the big house. Y'all don't see 15 years of having my head down. Y'all don't see, like, I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm still bumping my head. I'm still making mistakes. I'm still failing. But I'm failing as fast as I possibly can so I could get it out the way.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, but nobody sees that. And everybody already see the Instagram highlight. What you post, this is that, the third. I might start sharing like the ugly side of things. Like when I start having clients that's like not satisfied, you get what I'm saying? And it's not our fault. And like, yo, what should we do in this situation? You get what I'm saying? Like start showing the ugly side so that way people can see like it's not all peaches and cream. But it's going to be some days where it's ugly and it's not the end. Every day you wake up, you got a chance and a choice.
Yeah.
A chance to make it better, a chance to do it again. And you got choices that got to be made. Just gotta trust the process. Don't rush the process.
I couldn't have said it better myself, my good sir. Thank you for
thank you
for coming on here and blessing me and blessing the people. For those who were not only educated and received ridiculous amounts of value from the sit down, but also inspired by a lot of what you had to say, how can they work with you, brother?
Yeah, I mean it's very, very simple. Y'all can just shoot me a DM on my Instagram.
Y'all, it's gonna be like 18 different bots coming at you.
Just know that y'all will get answered. You know what I'm saying? No lead don't get unanswered. But no, on a serious note, pretty much the thing that we had the most success with, y'all, is done for you service, where we do everything for you, right? The funnels, the automations, content services, like whatever you offer, we are a full marketing agency. When I say full, we handle it all. So that way, all you have to do is show up in the areas that you are. Of course, we have to get on a call, see what your goals is, see how see how we can actually help you. That would be the best fit, just to see if we a good fit. And yeah, y'all could just shoot me a DM. Y'all could DM the word build, BUILD, and we go from there.
And go from there.
Yeah.
And listen, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get tapped in and wrapped in with my guy Runway and all things marketing that he has going on. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? Take a second, take a minute, take an hour out of your day right here, right now to go ahead, hit that like button and show this episode some love. More importantly, tell a friend to come back and rewatch the episode again. As always, my name is Marvin Francois. That's Runway Billionaire.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have been good. We've been great. This has been amazing. Thank you all, and God bless. Peace.
Peace.